So, how you doing? Bishop Dr. Carla Dunbar here. And I'm waiting on you to come on. And while you're coming on, I'm waiting on you to also like and share and hit the notification bell and all of the other things that you know you are supposed to do to ensure that other persons are on. This is Love Online, brought to you by Carla Dunbar Ministries International. And today we're going to be talking about the promise ring, what it means, what it signifies, what you're supposed to do, what you're not supposed to do, right, as it pertains to that. So I'm waiting on you all to join me, to come on, to chat with me for the few minutes. A few minutes I have, it's a few minutes I have. So I'm waiting on you to come on so that we can talk about that, right? Yes, I'm here preparing to leave for Israel and Dubai on Friday. I am so looking forward to that as well. Um, they said the reward for hard work is more work, so I guess it's the more work that I will have to do while I'm away. But as being called to the nations, I have to go. So I will be going. So I'm giving you a few minutes to like, to share. We're on what? We're live on Instagram. We're live on YouTube. So it's Instagram and YouTube. All right. So share the live video with somebody so that they can see it. Right. I see that you have joined, Candice. Okay. Tamikio. Right. You have joined. All right. Mimi. All right. Great. When I joining on, you want to talk about promise ring today, right? Because the problem is that too many persons are taking this promise ring thing way too far, right? I want you to understand what it is, what it symbolizes, right? And how to treat with it so that you're not disappointed, because we have had some persons becoming disappointed as well. We don't want that, right? So share. Hi, Omari, how you doing? Yeah. So share. Hi, Diana, how you doing? Share with everybody. Yeah, Charlotte. Share. Hit the notification bell. Tell them Love Online is online. Sound like a repetition, right? But yes, it's repetition for emphasis. So tell them Love Online is online. We're going to talk about the promise ring today. Hi Diana, how you doing? We want to talk about it so that you can understand where you're supposed to go. As you know, marriage and family is my thing, right? That's what I do. That's what I love to do, right? Marriage and family, I think it's my gifting, it's my calling. And so, yeah, that's what we're doing. And we have been talking in the last couple of weeks about love, a whole heap of love something. Right? Love, platonic love and filial love. Some of you would have watched me yesterday morning, myself and two of my team members, Sir Travis and Lady Sheena Kay, we were on TVJ talking about platonic love. And just to know how your ride and die is, who your ride or die is, your Jenna and your G and them kind of things. And how you treat with certain things and how it's not supposed to matriculate. And how you treat romantic love and how you treat the agape, the love that requires intelligent choice, choosing to love, not looking for anything to be reciprocated, but just genuinely loving other persons, because it's what we are supposed to be doing as people, as human. I mean, if dog can love and cat can love and puss and rat, I mean, because yesterday meeting and so then we can do it, we must be able to do it better, not true? Right, not true. All right, Queen Bee. Yes, so we're talking about the promise ring today and what it symbolizes. Now, in the simplest term, the promise ring is a step up from dating. Like you're dating, and a date can be a specified time. So I have a 30-minute date with you, which is rolling now into about 23 minutes or so left, right? And so, yeah, it's a step up from that, where you're dating somebody, you're going out with different persons, but then you kind of connect with somebody and you feel like you have something a little bit more than wanting to spend a 30 minutes or an hour together. You want to go a little bit deeper than that. And so you decide that, well, me and a person could, we're gel. So because we're gelling, let us wear an outward symbol to show what we're doing. Sorry if you hear a knocking in my background. I'm hoping that it will stop. We have workmen on the outside, right? But yeah, so you give it and you wear it like an outward symbol, just like how I am now wearing my married ring, and I don't take it off for nobody, right? I don't take it off for sleep. I don't take it off for wash. I don't take it off for anything at all. Let me see if I can get that sound to stop. Outside, workmen are boom, knocking. So the promise ring is given as an outward symbol of commitment to you as a friend, right? It doesn't mean that you're engaged, because so many people get promise ring and then go plan wedding, and then they get disappointed when the person who gave them the promise ring says no to them. But that's not what I meant. I never had that in mind. You understand? So there is a challenge where the lack of understanding as to what it signifies. It really does mean you're my Jenna. It really means that you're somebody that I consider to be a good friend with, and we could go somewhere, but we're not there yet. So don't run a plan married and call your grandmother, your auntie, and your uncle, and tell them that you're engaged. Your promise ring is not an engagement ring; it's a different ring, right? The engagement ring is something that is solidifying more than a friendship now, but going towards a lifelong relationship with each other, right? And so you need to understand that and take it for what it really is, right? Take it for what it really is. Because some of my clients, they don't necessarily believe in marriage, right? But I'm trying to get them there. So they give promise ring as symbols of, a good relationship that you're sharing with somebody else. And I can tell somebody, but yes, that person is my friend, and we're thinking about each other in a little bit more serious term, but not that we are at the place where we're saying we're going to be in a committed marriage relationship, right? That's not what it means, right? And so you need to understand that, so you don't set up yourself for a fall, right? There are other kinds of ring, because some persons have purity ring as a type of promise ring as well. The two are not kind of like entirely interchangeable, because a purity ring is more is an outward commitment to abstain from sex, which all of you should do if you're not married. Abstain from sex. So that's saying that you're taking and I think a lot of young people, single persons, and so if there are single persons on this platform, especially from CDMI, and you call yourself Christian, that's probably something that you need to do. Yeah, if you need to take that step of making your fidelity and your commitment to purity as a child of God a public symbol. I know a lot of persons who are not even Christians who have decided that I'm going to abstain. My integrity is important, and so I'm going to abstain from sex until marriage, right? Now, so the purity ring is different, and a promise ring can have the same meaning if this commitment is made within the context of the relationship of the person that gives you the promise ring, right? But you shouldn't even be engaging there, right? But if it's a pledge made to yourself, because a promise ring can be given by a parent as well. You understand? It's just that, no, you don't find that happening, not in our culture. It is more a friend giving a promise ring to a friend, right? And so when you understand that your heart cannot be easily broken based on what you think, I have a couple come and they say, boy, because she thought that the ring that he gave her was an engagement ring. And so she started making all the necessary preparation and was so devastated and heartbroken when she realized that this was not what he intended when he gave her that ring. So You have to understand what it is. It looks almost like an engagement ring, you know. It looks almost like that. You understand? And they look that because some of them have stone in them. And they come in different variety and styles as well. Right? And based on the taste of the person. But it doesn't have the same significance. So I want you guys to understand so that you're not led astray by the things. And they come in even box too, because I see some online and they come in boxes and all of those things. It's just that you have to understand that it doesn't have the same significance. It doesn't have to have a deep romantic attachment with it, that comes with it always as well, right? But it is that I'm promised to be in a friendship with you, and it can be broken. The person can ask back for them promise ring too, right? Just like how people break engagements, people can ask back for them promise ring. You understand? But because you know where your heart was in the promise ring relationship, you did not get yourself and deeply entangled in something that could have hurt you significantly. When you break off on an engagement, it hurts more because the engagement was more like a step towards marriage. As a matter of fact, because I believe that the engagement period should not be longer than a year. 6 months to a year is an engagement period. Promise ring can be any amount of years because it is not a step towards, it's not necessarily a step towards anything. Whereas the engagement ring is a step towards, to say that you're going to be married to the person sometime soon to come. Don't make nobody engage enough for more than a year. You understand? Because you're not sure on a trophy. Right? So, yeah. So understand that, and when you understand that now, then you can put the kind of value that you want to put to the relationship, right? You can add the value. You promise yourself to be a friend to this person, and so you can know how to guard yourself or gauge your heart. The Bible says that you must guard the door of your heart, because it is your responsibility to guard the door of your heart to ensure that anybody can just get it to trample on it, and you can't be gullible and naive so that you allow just anything to break your heart, right? A heart that is broken is not easy to fix. So you have a responsibility, whether you're a girl or a guy, to guard that, because guys fall too. I know women are said to be more emotional, but guys fall too. So you have to guard the door of your heart, the Bible said in Proverbs, and don't allow anything to just go in and come out and to be able to trample upon it because a promise is made to you, because somebody finds something unique and special about you and decide that, we could have a friendship, we could have a relationship, because a relationship doesn't mean an intimate relationship. We could have an intimate relationship, or we could have a relationship going for a little while longer. I kind of gel with you, we can share talks, we can share, aspirations, we can share dreams, we can share goals, and all of those kind of a thing. The person can be intimate with you without being sexual, because intimacy is really a deep and profound knowledge or knowing of another, or of each other, right? And so you have to be able to navigate yourself in a relationship, navigate the relationship, know how to set boundaries, know how to keep those boundaries so that persons are not overstepping them boundary because somebody said to you so that they love you is no guarantee that they are going to marry to you, that they are going to stay with you, that they are going to commit their life with you, to you, right? And so, yeah, you do that, right? And I see people wearing the promise ring on the finger that their rings are supposed to be on. I mean, the wedding ring, like I have mine, because traditionally in Jamaica, we wear ours on this finger. There are countries where it is worn on the third finger, but I don't think, I personally, don't think that it is to be worn on the same finger because it don't have the same meaning and significance, right? But it can be worn on a ring finger. It is given and accepted as a symbol of some form of commitment, but I don't think it has to be worn necessarily on that finger. Again, too, if you're reserving something because something is special, reserve your finger to know. You know, unless it's that you're wearing a promise ring so that you want to ward off somebody. Because some people buy a promise ring for themselves, you know. Just like some persons buy purity ring for themselves. Nobody has to buy a purity ring because that's a decision that you need to make for yourself, that you are going to remain chaste and pure until such a time. Because when you give away that piece of yourself, you can't get it back. You understand? So that is why you need to hold on to it, and that is why you need to retain your virtue, because nobody can retain it for you. That's a decision that you need to make for yourself, ladies and gentlemen, about how yourself, and that also takes into consideration how much value you place on yourself when you're giving yourself to somebody or you're committing yourself to somebody in a relationship, whether it's platonic relationship, you know, or a relationship that has a more serious intent than that one, right? So may I say, right? So I'm saying, think about what you want to do. Think about a relationship that you're getting into. Think about a commitment that you're making to a person, or a promise that you're making to a person, or that a person is making to you. Think about it properly before you enter into it, because it is going to have some amount of significance, right? And you want to ensure that that significance is the correct understanding is reached. Yes, the communication is clear, the lines are open, we understand what we mean to each other, and we're not expecting anything less. We're talking about expectations in the gym just on Sunday gone, managing the expectation, first knowing what they are, right? So all of these things, when somebody gives you a promise ring, are to be considered so that you know how to navigate, yeah, the things. All right. So yeah, it seems simple, but it's not so simple, not in all its senses, because person's heart have been broken from it. And so that's why I thought it was important to share that with you, because so many persons are entering into things frivolously and without thought, right? That is what the gym is all about. That is what Carla Dunbar Ministries is all about. It's about talking about these things that are dear to the heart, right? It's the heart experience. So yeah, that's what we talk about when we talk about this. So the gym was good on Sunday, and the gym happens again on March 26th. But before the gym happens, let me tell you about something else that is happening, our Love-a-thon. Last time we met, we were having Love Gives. Love Gives was our act of reaching out and hosting a show in order that we may meet a need for housing for a family. We had Love Gives and thank those of you who supported Love Gives, but we did not realize the objective of raising enough funds to build the house. So we have started part 2 of the project, which is to build the chicken coop and give the person a business startup so that they can be independent and not dependent on the persons. So that has been realized, but the housing has not been realized. So we're going to be doing something called Love-a-thon, which is a telethon, right? So it's really a telethon, but we are calling it Love-a-thon because we deal with affairs of the heart and matters of the heart. And not all love is romantic love. So we're extending agape love, unconditional love to our family. So we're going to have a telethon on March 25th. That's 2-5. Sunday, March 25. Please put the date in your calendar. Sunday, March 25. We are going to be having a telethon, which is a Love-a-thon summit, 7 a.m. to midnight. We have different speakers who are committed to coming on the platform and sharing from their wealth of experience, right? We have Damian Crawford, we have Christian Tomlinson, Selena Chin. We have different medical doctors, Danielle Stewart, psychologists, medical practitioners, holistic health persons who are going to be coming on to talk about forgiveness and different things and practical health. We have comedians, Johnny Daly, Leighton Smith, who have already committed. We have gospel artists and Ryan Davis, Chosen, Dr. KJ. By the way, Dr. KJ and us, we are going together to Israel, right? And to Dubai, we leave on Friday, right? So there are a whole host of entertainers, power speakers, pastors, Bishop Rowan Edwards, Pastor Al Miller, different pastors who have already decided that they are coming on board. We have media partners already on board. We have KLAS Omega who's already on board, and we are seeking for other media partners. We have Basilia and Brian Koff are also going to be, we are going to call ourselves Love Advocates, Reverend Philip Johnson and his wife over there from Fingers from the Heart Ministry. So we have different pastors, comedians, entertainers, power speakers who will be giving power segments throughout the course of the day from 7 a.m. until midnight. And we are asking for persons to call in on the telephone and pledge. Our target is $2 million, right, to need to build this house. So want you to call in and place a budget in it for your month-end money, March to start budget. Call in and pledge, call in and tell us what you owe, your transfer that you are made. We're going to make all the information available to you. You can send your checks in, whatever it is that you need to do. And if you own companies, we'd love to have you on board and you can get the promo experience from it as well. We are building a home for somebody. So Loveathon will be March 25, 7 a.m. to midnight. Be prepared to call in and make your pledges, make your commitments, do your transfers, send in your check, all of those things, right? And then on the 26th, but on the 6th, we are going to have, so that's the day, the 26th, I get saying the 25th. No, it's at March 26th, I'm so sorry. March 26th, because March 25th is when I land, right? So March 26th is the Loveathon. Sorry, not the 25th, the 26th is the Loveathon. And then we have the gym in the same evening. And the gym is where couples and mature singles come to learn about marriage and relationships. So everything is happening on that day, the March 26th on that day. Everything is happening on that day. And so I'm seeking for your support. Come out and support us. Some persons will be on location. Crystal Day will be on location. Jenny, the Energizer, Buzzy, Bunny will be on location. Leighton Smith will be on location. Kevin Heath will be on location. We will be having Chanel Robinson. We'll be having Andre Shepherd. So all for people, right? That will be giving you talks and giving you tips and talking about self-management and different things. March 26th is the time. Join us for the Loveathon and the gym on March 26th. Deborah's Courtyard, I have to talk about it because I have to leave shortly, but Deborah's Courtyard will not be held this Saturday. Generally, it is every first Saturday where you come for wisdom. It's not going to be held this Saturday because I'm traveling, right? I'm leaving on Friday. We're heading into Israel and into Dubai for ministry with Dr. KJ and the team, right? Yeah, how you doing? Good afternoon to you too, Nicole. Right? So, but Deborah's Courtyard will be back on the scene on March, not March. It's going to be April, right? April. I'm looking for it on my calendar. April 1st, not All Fools Day. April 1st, I know that the Lord would have downloaded a word of wisdom in me for you. So ladies, Deborah's Courtyard, the next will be April 1st. And after this, when I'm traveling again, we're going to think about how I can go live from where I'm going, but not for this time, right? So please come on out and let's do this, all right? And then, of course, the prayer breakfast is coming up on April 29th. That's our next initiative where we meet and intercede on behalf of the family. And all proceeds from the prayer breakfast goes towards taking care of a post-trauma family. I hope that's something we are doing. Hi, Susan, how you doing? Right. So it takes care of a post-trauma family, and we have already identified one family and also a second, because the 5 guys that died on Sunday night, they died right here at the gate of our ministry, right out here on the roads of Temple Hall Main Road. And so we were first respondents, And at the scene, for the 5 guys who died on Sunday night, they died right here. And so we went up into the community to offer grief support. And a team will be going up from LTMI on Sunday morning to offer some more grief support to the communities up there. And I just want to publicly say thank you to Grace, who verbally responded that they will be assisting us. And I'm hoping Lasco will assist us as we give some tangible help as well. Right? So that's Carla Dunbar Ministries in a nutshell. We are doing a lot of things to impact the lives of marriages and families, because we believe that marriage and family is a capstone of a family and the building block of human civilization. So join us now, man. Let us give some love. Let us share the love. Let us choose to love intellectually. Persons are out there who need love, who need support. You can help us to help them. Yes, you can help us to help this young lady in realizing the dream for a home for herself and her children. You can help us to help the grief-stricken family of those persons who died, those 5 young men who died on Sunday night. We're going out to offer some help. And even if you want to come with stuff after, we can ensure that they get it. But this Sunday, we're going with Nationwide Radio out there, up in Border, to offer grief support to the family members who are left behind. And then we have the Love-a-thon on the 26th, where we continue to raise funds towards building that home. And we're looking for $2 million on that day. And we know that you can do it, home and abroad, diaspora out there, wherever you are, Japan, UK, US, in the Caribbean, you can do it, because that's how we stay with love. One love and one heart. And then the prayer breakfast comes up. We'll continue to update you as we go along. But for now, I'm Bishop Dr. Carla Dunbar. Let us continue to love, not only online, but let us love in our little spaces. And I will see you again, maybe not next week, because I'm not sure where I will be next week, Wednesday. Somewhere in Tel Aviv, in Israel, but I'm not sure I'll be able to be online. But God bless you and God be with you as we continue to extend and to communicate love to one another. Bless you.